My son got convicted with some drug cases for marijuana, but he never went to prison. And it's been over 10 years, and I'm trying to see whether or not an expungement can be possible for that.
Ma'am, I get these calls several times a week. Right now, the state of expungement law in Alabama, if you have been convicted, means whether you were convicted at trial or if you pled guilty, that cannot be expunged. That our expungement law has been expanded, but it does not expunge convictions. So unfortunately, your son will not be able to get that expunged. And in order for that to happen, our legislature would have to expand our expungement law to take care of maybe misdemeanor offenses that are 10, 15, 20 years old.
John, what's the argument to the legislature that this would be a good thing to expand expungement laws?
Well, I think, and I have a lot of discussion this with both judges and with my fellow lawyers. Georgia has a first offender statute, which doesn't have any age limit on it. And it allows, this is your first offense, even if you are convicted of it and you do your probation and you don't get in any other trouble.
Misdemeanors.
Misdemeanor and felony. And felony. Misdemeanors and felonies.
Okay.
And you do your probation, you don't get in any other trouble, you can have that removed from your record. I think, our legislature should start looking at something of that nature. Now you have a lot of states that are trying to legalize marijuana. New Jersey is voting on that on Monday, and it's part of their bill. If they pass it, there's going to be, part of that bill will be the expungement of misdemeanor and minor possession of marijuana convictions on folks. So, someday we're going to get there.
And it's one of the effects of not having these expungement laws is one of the effects that you now, instead of this being another kind of first-time offense for something, it's now a second-time offense, and now that person has a potential of harsher penalty.
Oh, absolutely.
Going to jail, jail crowding, all that sort of thing.
And even Alabama is trying to get away from imprisoning nonviolent folks. Okay. And that's why it's important to get a lawyer, because there are so many deferral programs out there. There's so many. There's some loopholes in the law that a layperson is not going to pick up, and you may be able to go through a deferral program on several kinds, not just DUIs. There's, there can be some other drug cases. There can be some theft cases that are related to drugs that can go through a deferral program. Harassment, domestic violence, and as you know, once you get convicted, it stays on your record. You go for a job, and you have two qualified candidates. One's been convicted of a criminal offense, the other hasn't. Who are they going to hire?